It was late fall semester of 2016. The trees were yellow, the weather was cool, and I had been on some really fun dates that semester. I told myself to go on most first dates with new people, just so I could put myself out there. I was sitting at the crossroads, and a guy came up to me and tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around. Woof. He was tall, dark, and handsome. He asked me on a date, we exchanged numbers, and we decided to meet for lunch in the next few days. We met at a local restaurant, he bought me lunch. We spent the first half of the date talking about friends and food, family, political ideologies, our hobbies, interests, passions, and there was some serious chemistry. About halfway in, he leaned in like this and said, "Hey, can I tell you something?" I leaned in too and said, "Yes." He said, "I've been watching you." Ah, this is scary. Yikes, yikes. I leaned back as he continued to lean in further and say, "I've been watching you for the past 2 years and I'm really excited that you decided to go on a date with me."
Yikes!
I sat there in silence with my eyes wide. I had nothing to say. I had no idea where to take this. I honestly had completely lost my appetite for my food and I was trying to look for any way to get out of this date. Yet, there was a small part of me that was kind of curious to know
Why?
I assessed the situation. We were in public. I weightlifted and was significantly stronger than him. It was the middle of the day and I hadn't really shared any personal information with him, so I said, "Tell me more." He said, "Your first semester was fall of 2014. You lived at La Jolla. You would walk to the Sporry from your house Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:45 a.m. and I would watch you walk to class.
Yikes!
You wore this purple dress that I just loved. I knew you were confident and curious by the way you carried yourself.
Yikes!
I just fell in love with you."
Yikes!
He continued to say, "I had a girlfriend at the time and that's why I didn't ask you out. You were a big deal to my friends. All of them knew about you. We knew your class schedule, we knew where you lived, we knew your first semester. I'm just really glad that you decided to go on a date with me." I had heard enough. I was completely creeped out. Completely creeped out. I had no idea what to say. I looked through all the faces in my head and I tried to remember if he was in my ward or in one of my classes or if I'd met him from somewhere, but I hadn't. I had no idea who he was, and that creeped me out even more. He kept talking while I sat there in silence. I finished my lunch in a record time and I told him that I had to go and said,
Please do not walk me home.
We walked outside the restaurant and he said, "Annie, can I please get a hug?" I reluctantly said yes. As he went in for a hug, he jerked his head and tried to kiss me. He went for the kill. He went for the kiss. Oh my gosh. No one was harmed in this moment. I jerked my head to the side, put him in a chokehold, a light chokehold, and whispered in his ear,
Can I tell you something?
"Don't you ever do that ever again." I was shaking, yet firm in my words, and completely terrified. I walked away and immediately called my dad. He approached me the following day on campus, sat himself down, and said, "So, where do we stand? Are we dating?" Yikes! Yikes! Thanks for watching, you guys. Like and subscribe. Click the box below for more videos. Yikes!